The second question is on the OPTs and CPTs, right? So you said that the students are eligible only to work in the universities. Is it on CPT or OPT or both of them?
Well, one must understand CPT is given, curriculum practical training is given while you're in the college. If you're doing a master's or a bachelor's, the school says that you can take one course, like three GPS or two GPS, that if you go and work, whatever you're learning in the school, you're experiencing the same thing outside the world. So they give you permission for one course. That means the schools have to have an agreement with the employer. So you end up working as an intern, either a paid intern or an unpaid intern with an employer. So there is an agreement between the employer and the school. That is called CPT. But you cannot take a CPT letter and go and work in a grocery store or a candy store. No. And in OPT also, you are working towards the occupation which you studied. It's called optional training. It's also called occupational training, where you're, let's say, if you're doing a master's in computer science, you're working in IT industry. So there's a training plan. There is a IT company which is either into staffing or recruiting, or even they're developing a project. So you're basically writing a training plan and saying, hey, the student after master's is going to work for us. So that is, as a student, they get a work authorization. The immigration do gives a authorization to work, and they can go and work outside in the industry after master's program. They get, they also get STEM program 3 years, and after master's 1 year. So that's called OPT. Many times we get calls saying that, oh, I got my OPT, can I start my own business? Because the immigration has only given you to work. Because if you see your social security number, there is an annotation on the social security number for student and for the H-1B guys saying valid for work, and upon USCIS authorization, there is an annotation written on the social security number. But for a green card holder and a citizen, you don't get that annotation. If you go back and see, if a citizen is getting a social security number or a green card holder is getting a social security number, that annotation is not there. But social security provided for student and for the H-1B guys, there is an annotation. What does it mean? Use this social security number only upon the USCIS authorization. But what these students and H-1B guys, they misuse that social security number. So one has to understand that there are certain laws to be followed. There are certain income tax laws, immigration laws, and other patriotic laws to be followed.
Okay, that's a great insight, Dr. Srinivas. So are you saying H-1B holders are not eligible to open an LLC as well?
Well, recently they made changes by the immigration. They said they can open up a company too, LLC, but they cannot be majority shareholder. They should not run the company. There should be somebody else, but they could have a minority shareholding, and they can also file an H-1 from that company. But in the H-1B petition, they have to disclose that these individuals, beneficiaries, has a interest in the company, which company is sponsoring them.
Oh, okay, that's a nice insight.